Okay, here I have a security camera. It's actually a twin one. Was it a Mobotix D15Di? This is just a second-hand one I picked up for a few dollars. I thought I'd have a look, just see what it actually is. Oh, that does come off. Oh yeah, simple enough. It has this bracket thing around it. They did have like a domed cover thing or wall mount cover for them, but the rest of that wasn't there. And it's got some sort of motion sensor. So it just kind of, oh yeah, just pulls off. I thought, well, if it's got two cameras in it, that's worth something. So I think these are only manually adjustable. Got a couple of cables there. Oh yeah, so we can, oh maybe there is a motor to, oh these move separately too. I think it's still just manually, you know, like that. You can pivot it, pivot the two relative to each other and to the unit generally. So that's quite a good little design. I think this has some sort of memory or something in it, possibly. I mean, it's got the usual network type connector, which I think they are a IP camera. And they've also got some other stuff in there, so it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if you can actually get into them at all. Let's get the old manual Allen keys onto that. Assume it would be metric, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's a 3mm, I think. But is that the right one? No, I haven't got the bracket. So if it's got screws there, other ones than the bracket ones, we should be able to get inside it and have a look what's in it. I hope. I don't know what condition this is in, whether it's a lot of the time these have just been pulled out of somewhere and chucked away for no good reason really, other than they've been upgraded or just aren't in use anymore. You get government and stuff throwing out a lot of stuff like that. I've got a couple of other IP cameras I've got to get around to testing now that I've got the adapters to plug them into a computer network and a power adapter. That gets that out of the way. Is this some sort of seal that comes off? Probably does come off if you want it to, but let's have a look. Made in Germany, don't put it in your wheelie bin. There's 4 screws there and there's 2 more here. But yeah, I've never heard of this brand before, but I did have a quick look online and they do sell a lot of this sort of stuff by the look at it, or at least make a lot of it. And it's got the website there, www.mobotix.com. Don't need to, or is this all sealed up? I'm probably opening up all the weather seals here. Oh, here we go. We've got some connection stuff. Oh yeah, look, we've got a, so that cable comes out. We've got a port for like a charge port type thing. I guess that's a kind of like a USB thing, and also a mini SD card or something there, and some sort of terminal block which has got plus and minus written twice on it. Ah, so I might have to look in the manual again. What's this little blue thing do? No idea. So yeah, quite a fancy little unit by the look of it. Don't know if it's worth having a look inside this other bit. Does that just come apart or not? Probably does get us in there. Don't know if there's much point going any further into. What's this other thing? Is that a speaker or something? It looks like a speaker, yeah, little plastic cone speaker, I think. Maybe it's one of those security cameras you can yell at someone and tell them to go away and hope they run away once they realise they're on camera and someone's talking to them. But that might be the way to have it apart to actually test this thing. Oh yes, that holds the seal on by the look. I might have to have a look in there. I don't know if that out next Allen keys looks too small, and it is. I think I'm missing one somewhere. Often the way with these things. Let's try and cheat, but I think that's too big again. Or is it? Oh no, that might just, it's good enough I think, even though it's not the correct one. That's a good thing about having metric and imperial together. Sometimes you can find one that does the job, even if one's missing. No doubt they'll turn up somewhere. They usually do. Usually leave them with some job I was working on and then don't finish it as quick as I hoped and then forget it's there. Those washers should come out as well, I think, but I'll put one of them. Now, is this going to come apart? Something's happening. Twang. So I've got a super cat, we've got another connection port there by the look of it. Here's our two cameras coming in. Looks like they plug in through little connectors. There you go. And another connector across to, oh, that's the motion, so it looks like only one of them's motion sensor maybe. I guess I can of course wire across and trigger both of them with whatever electronics are in here. Oh, that's got the ports and stuff on it, I guess. Like most of these things, nothing particularly exciting to see in the modern world. What is this? Is that another USB type connector? Oh, that board does lift up a bit. I think that's what we got here, isn't it? Is this an internal... doesn't want to come out, hurry. Oh no, RJ... It's an RJ plug. Yeah, if I press the bit, it comes out. So it's got an internal, so they've got like off-the-shelf parts and wired them together with... Oh, that's that terminal block. Wired them together with their own little interface boards and stuff, probably. Yeah, this other board, I'm guessing, has already got the RJ, already got the other one, and they've made an extension for this, whatever this power thing is, of their own, just to make it a bit different to what the original factory thing, whoever made the original, or maybe it's a different model of their own. And one that mounts completely differently to this one. Why won't you come out? It's something, I think something's still in the way of that other port. You've probably got to move this other board out of the way, which I'm not going to go that far, I don't think. Is there a connector in the way? Oh yeah, it's in the way of some black... Oh, it's part of the... Oh yeah, has that board got an original... I can't tell if that's on that board or if it's got a different... And I think it is on the board. I was going to say I thought they'd put another memory card slot, but they haven't. Oh, there's a connector coming out. That's a bit of a pain. So this board plugs into the other board, of course, via a multi-pin connector, which I have to get exactly in place probably to... So I probably should have bought both boards out together. I don't think that's going to go back in, is it? That makes it a little bit more difficult. Oh, something just went in place here, now I can get it in. That went there, and I'm sure there was something else I unplugged, wasn't there? Or was that it? That might have been it, I think. Okay, well that's kind of interesting. That's the only other thing I took out, I think, was removing that. Okay, it's an 8 ohm speaker, BL28. And it looks like both cameras have a port for a infrared sensor, but they've only got the one. I guess there's no point having two. That probably triggers both of them, like I say, via whatever it goes into here. It probably tells both cameras, or maybe it just sends a signal to whatever is recording this camera, tells it to record or something like that. That would make even more sense probably than telling this to do anything. But it might tell the SD card to record or something. And yeah, there's no motorization, I don't think, or anything like that. There is something around there. What is that? Probably just a bit of plastic related to it all. Don't know, it's a bit lower. Yeah, there's 4 screws going to something there. Maybe, I wonder if it does have a motorisation. Although it wouldn't turn on its own, I wouldn't think if it does. I don't see any gears or anything. Yeah, pretty sure it doesn't. Oh, that's about as far as I'll go with that for now. I'll have to see if I can get it hooked up on the computer network. I guess I'll leave that cover off because we really want to access. Might even plug that cable back in there, but make it a bit longer would be more use. I guess I can put the bottom cover back on. And get rid of that and all the loose screws. But always interesting to have a look at these things just to see what they are and what they got. I mean, didn't see much more on the inside than the outside, to be fair, but worth having a look at the connections and stuff to it. I think these were 5 megapixel or something, so they're probably getting on. Don't know if I actually saw a date for when this model came out, but like most of this stuff, it's obsolete pretty quick anyway. If you want the latest high-res cameras and stuff, or the ones with better night vision, which I think I've got one somewhere that's supposedly got really good night vision that I've got to get, like Starlight one, that I've got to have a play with. So I want to try that one out. Well, I guess if nothing else, it makes for a kind of cool looking little UFO thing. It kind of looks better without the cover on it, except it doesn't want to come off now. Don't know why, I prefer actually like that. It looks a bit more techy. But I guess that's more your standard little UFO thing. If you put a couple of little creatures in there instead of the like those dudes off The Simpsons or something, instead of those cameras, I think I've got to take the other cover off to unscrew this. That would make sense actually. They don't want anyone being able to get in there. And yeah, you could just use it as a sort of ornamental UFO thing, I think.